All right. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to G.H. Miller Field. I'm Jay Elias alongside
Kim Hostetler.
And we'll be your announcers tonight for the girls' varsity soccer game against Philipsburg Osceola. And you just heard our announcer, Allison Richardson, give you the starting lineups for both teams as we get ready and get set here for kickoff. Kim, I was down on the field a little bit before the game, had an opportunity to talk with the coaches, and it seems like Forest Hills is in a real good position right now. Their record's 4-3-1. They are third right now, number 3 in D6, so they're well positioned to make the playoffs and make a run this year.
That is fantastic. Actually, I have attended some of the soccer games this year. More so in the running the scoreboard and being in Allison's position. And we've had some great games, I must say.
Oh, that's good. Now, I've done that in the past. Did not get a chance to do that this year. So this is the first time that I've had the opportunity to see either one of the teams. But I'm very excited to see what they can do out on the field. It looks like we have a lot of youth over here on the Forest Hills side. A lot of sophomores and juniors. And then we have a senior or two sprinkled in there for some veteran presence to really, I think, strengthen this team, not just for now, but for the future.
That is fantastic. That's always a good thing. You know, you need some of those youngins to learn from our senior players and our the professionals, right?
Yes.
At their sport. So
absolutely,
that's always a good thing.
Yeah, I was talking to Coach Gallagher a little bit and talking with Coach Sarah Divert for a little bit. Of course, Sarah is a newer coach and a newer teacher here in the Forest Hills School District, so we'd like to welcome her on board.
Well, yes. Well, she just graduated not too long ago. And
I know.
Yes.
As we were walking out here and I saw her out on the field, I almost felt like she should be playing, but now here she is coaching. It's kind of neat to watch them grow up.
Yes.
And see them continue on coaching here in the district.
Exactly. She is an alumnus of Forest Hills. She graduated with my daughter, and now she is actually on the teaching staff, teaching math at the junior senior high.
Yes.
And she coaches as well. So
it should be an exciting matchup, and we'll be right back with the action. And here we go. Action started at G.H. Miller Field. Philipsburg Osceola started off with the ball. Went over to Rangers, as you can see, and back over to PO again. So it looks like a back-and-forth battle. Philipsburg Osceola able to keep the ball over on the Rangers' side so far. But things can change very quickly, as we know. Looks like number 14, Danica Schrift down there on the defense. Able to get that ball out of bounds off of a Philipsburg player. And Forest Hills able to push the ball up past the 50. And they're doing a nice job working it down into Philipsburg Osceola territory.
that's a big name to say all night long.
It is. we may just go to the PO thing every once in a while.
No. You can't do that.
We have to say the whole thing?
Yes, you have to say the whole thing.
All right. I'll see what I can do there, Kim.
It's only right, you know. So I apologize. I'm running camera tonight, and I'm not going to be able to get all of the shots on the field.
Well, you're on double duty, and there's a slight drizzle, so we don't want to have that camera outside. It's a cool, dreary night here in Forest Hills. We've had the remnants of, Tropical Storm Ophelia. Seems like she's been here now for about a month and has not left this area. I know that's an exaggeration, of course, but we've had quite a bit of rain lately, and it seems like it's going to end. But we have just a little bit left here tonight.
And it's a doubleheader. We have the girls' soccer team right now, and at 7:30, the boys will be playing. So
yes, that'll be nice.
It's a great night of soccer in Sidman, Pennsylvania.
The good thing about the tropical storm is I've noticed the temperature doesn't seem to change from early in the morning till late at night. It just kind of stays right in the 50s and doesn't really go anywhere. So we've done some games, Kimmy, I know we were talking about, where there's ice actually starting to form on the bleachers. I don't think we're going to see that tonight.
No.
It's just a cool, dreary evening, but the temperature really won't change much. So the girls right now and the boys that are going to play after them will probably be comfortable out there on the field running around.
It still always concerns me on that second game when we do a doubleheader because the field
It gets a little slick.
Gets slick. Exactly.
Although with all the rain, it's probably just as wet now as it will be later.
True.
And we're still going back and forth here. Forest Hills has not been able to push the ball down into the Philipsburg end. The good news is Philipsburg has no shots on goal. So even though they've kept the ball over on this side, our defense has done a real nice job holding up back there, not allowing that ball through at all. We have Morgan Godola back there on defense, Danica Schrift doing a real nice job holding down the fort, not letting that ball get through to the keeper at all. And as I say that, Forest Hills has a little run here and maybe a shot on goal. They do.
Oh, that's not a good place for me.
So we had our first shot on goal of the evening.
And I missed it because the press box is in the way.
That's okay.
I'm so sorry, viewers. I apologize. Anything to my left, I'm going to have a very difficult time getting.
Oh, you're doing a fine job over there, Kim. And again, we're going back and forth. Forest Hills able to keep the ball over on Philipsburg's side right now. Let's see if we can get another push down towards the goal. Maybe put some pressure on that keeper.
Let's see, if I move,
Sam Papsunik.
I apologize. This is not, no, that's not going to happen.
Sam Papsunik has a shot possibly on goal. No.
There it is. Ooh.
Oh, a little misdirection, and no, keeper was able to hold on to that. I'm not able to see who that was down in the goal area.
Oh, you know what? If I back off and I do this.
But it looked like Avery Smythe was able to get a nice assist there and get the ball across to the middle. Which is very important. If we can get that ball to the middle, that gives those forwards a chance to get it in. So far, Kim, it seems like it's been a battle of the midfielders. We've just
yes,
had that ball. A lot of the plays been between the 30 and the 30.
And I'm happy about that because I can see between those two lines.
And ball goes out and goes to Forest Hills. So we have a throw in coming up. Nice little throw in off of a Philipsburg defender, which means Forest Hills pushing further and further down into Philipsburg territory, trying to get that ball across to the middle so we can get a nice shot on goal. Here we go. Not quite. So far, both defenders from both sides have done a nice job keeping that ball out. Forest Hills with 2 shots on goal. I have not seen a shot on goal from Philipsburg yet.
Not yet.
And looks like we have a corner kick coming up on the far side of the field. Real difficult to see the numbers there. Ooh. Tried to turn that ball. And not quite a shot on goal. Ball trickles out, giving the keeper an opportunity to kick out. Let's see how far she gets it there. She chooses to go across the field to about the 30. Off of one of her own teammates, giving Forest Hills control once again on another throw-in. Looks like we have Danica Schrift with the throw-in here. She gets it into Nina Martiak, trying to push that ball across to the middle. Philipsburg able to take control for a moment.
See you later. You didn't hear that last one, did you?
And looks like they can keep control for a little while there. Nice pass across to the 50. And they're on the move again down the field towards the Forest Hills goalie, but they have our keeper. They have not gotten one in there yet, though. Our defenders are doing a fine job back there, not allowing that ball to go anywhere near the keeper.
All right, so is it a keeper or is it a goalie?
Well, we always called it a goalie back in our day, but I believe they call it a keeper now. Kind of like in volleyball, Kim, where we like to call it a spike, they call it a kill now. So
right.
Times do change. And looks like a throw in here by Ellie Slogoski for Philipsburg. She throws across, trying to get into the middle to Brooke Branton. And Forest Hills able to grab control once again. Ava Mall, one of the leaders on this team, trying to push that ball through, but Philipsburg able to get it over to the side again on the far side of the field. And again, we have a battle of the keepers there.
The keepers?
I'm sorry, battle of the defenders, not able to get it through to the keeper. Mrs. Richardson's just sitting down there smiling, chuckling at the mistakes that I make here.
Yes, when I got to the press box, I thought I was just going to be running camera.
Oh, no, that doesn't happen.
I had no idea that I'd have a headset on here. I asked Allison if she would help us out here, but yeah.
And again, the ball staying between the 30 and the 30. Not much happening there. Arissa Britt able to push it across to the middle, trying to get something happening, but Philipsburg able to break that up. Nina Martiak again across the middle, gets it to Ava Mall. Ava able to get that ball up to, I'm sorry, I can't see a number there. I think that's up to Avery Smytch, who just was not quite able to get around the defender and get into the keeper. So no shot on goal, but we do have a corner kick coming up. Kim, I know your eyes are a little better than mine. I don't know if you can see a number over there that has who has that corner kick for us. And
Allison said Morgan Gadula, number 12.
Morgan
good
Gadula.
eyes,
She
Allison.
has very good eyes.
Impressive.
Oh,
That was a close one.
that was. We're going to call that a shot on goal once again. The keeper able to control that. Almost able to get it over the top. And that, wow, that keeper has a nice leg. Look at that. All the way out to the 50, down to the 40 on the opposite side. That's giving Philipsburg a nice opportunity to get a run on goal. The Rangers wisely kick that ball out. That way they have a chance to get their players down here and set up some defense. That was Kinley Bender down there on the other side for Philipsburg with a real nice punt down out to the 50. And we have our first whistle of the night. And it looks like that goes against Philipsburg. And Arissa Britt with a nice kick to about the 50, but right to Ellie Slogoski, who's able to keep control of it. Got it across to the middle, but Forest Hills, again, those defenders down there able to clear that out. Avery Smytch coming across the middle, trying to get control, but not quite. Again, here we go back and forth. And looks like Forest Hills was finally able to clear that. And now quickly Avery gets that ball in. Let's see if we can get a quick shot on goal before Philipsburg gets an opportunity. They did not get anybody back there, and there we go. I believe that was
Ava Mall.
That was Ava Mall able to get through right through the entire Philipsburg defense. Nice shot on goal, and the first score of the night, making the score Forest Hills 1, Philipsburg 0. Ava Mall, of course, one of the leaders on the team. Going into this game, she had 9 goals. This will make her 10th goal. And she is right on the heels of Samantha Papsunik, who has 13 goals going into the game. So the two leaders on the Forest Hills side are Sam Papsunik with 13 goals and Ava Mall now with 10 goals. And Forest Hills able to get the ball back once again down onto the Philipsburg side. Danica Schrift with another throw in. And right to the foot of a Philipsburg defender. Samantha Daniel had control there for a moment, got it across to the far side. Looks like Forest Hills is trying to set up another run here. Let's see what kind of a play they have. And the ball goes out on the Rangers side. Philipsburg has possession as of now, but that seems to be changing rapidly tonight. And Philipsburg with an attempt, but no shot on goal, but the keeper does have it.
For those of you who are not as familiar with soccer, in case you're just tuning in, there are two 40-minute halves with a 10-minute intermission in between. That's about all I know about soccer.
Well, that's okay. That's good. You did a fantastic job with your explanation of soccer and what we are about to see for the rest of the evening. So we appreciate that. And again, we're going back and forth. Forest Hills had possession for a moment. Samantha Daniel trying to get that ball back out there to a couple of our forwards. Avery Smite standing at about midfield, hoping that ball gets back in her direction again. So far, it seems like any time she's touched the ball, she's been able to get that across to the middle, and we've had a shot on goal. So let's see what happens here. But first thing at hand, we need to get that ball out of our end. And here comes Sam Papsunik getting across to the middle. Looks like Samantha Daniel. And we have Laura Martiak on the far side. They're working hard to get that ball back upfield. And looks like a Forest Hills throw in. We have an opportunity to get something happening. Do we have anybody down there to get it? Not quite. And another shot on goal. That was a quick one. Very nice. And that's how quickly our team is able to get that ball from one end to the other. It was just a few seconds ago we were down on the other end of the field. We worked it up there quickly and got a quick shot on goal. Here we get it across to the middle. Philipsburg able to defend it. I can hear Coach Laurie Gallagher down there coaching her team on.
I was just going to say something about that because before the Philipsburg Osceola coach was doing what he does best. He was coaching, and I just thought it was really neat after he had given some advice to the player. He was like, "You've got this, you've got this." And that's what it's all about with the coaching. You know, you need to teach them, but also encourage as well.
Yes. Nina Martiak sticking right with that ball there, and it paid off. They were able to get the ball back to a Forest Hills defender, and then we were able to quickly move it back up the field off of the foot of Samantha Papsunik. And looks like it just went out, so Forest Hills with another throw in deep in Philipsburg territory. Let's see if we can get something going here, get the ball into the middle, and maybe another shot on goal. Well, we got it across to the middle, but we had 3 defenders in there for Philipsburg, so we need to get a Forest Hills forward or a striker in there to split things and get another shot on goal. Avery Smythe got that ball across to the middle, broken up quickly by Philipsburg, but here come our midfielders and our defenders able to keep that ball on the Philipsburg side. Sam Papsunik coming up across the left side of the field. Can she get it across to the middle? Let's see. She has control of it. Looks like Forest Hills is setting up for something. Let's see what happens. And I can still hear Coach Laurie Gallagher down there coaching her team on, letting Sam know that she did a nice job getting that ball down in the corner and just giving her a little advice on what to do the next time to get it over across to the middle and give us a little better chance to get a shot on goal.
That is. It's great. It's nice having the mic hanging out the window here so we can hear everything they're saying. It's almost like they're mic'd up.
Almost. We're not quite at that level, but we've actually done that before, Kim. We used to mic you up and put you on the field for all the soccer
on the
games.
Sideline.
Yeah, you were down on the sidelines for soccer and football year after year.
Yes. Out in all kinds of weather. But that was fun.
Oh, you were out in all kinds of weather. Rain, snow, sleet. You did it all.
Just like the Halloween parades that we broadcast.
Oh, yes.
Which will be coming up here all too soon. I can't believe next week is October. My goodness.
It sure will. We stay undercover now. We learned our lesson through the years.
Right.
And Forest Hills unable to get anything happening down there on the Philipsburg side. Philipsburg, excuse me, quickly able to get the ball out to midfield. And looks like they're able to work the ball across to the middle of the field, but not able to get a shot on goal. They have yet to have a shot on goal. That Forest Hills defense has been fantastic so far tonight.
Yes, they have.
19 minutes to go here in the first half. And so far, not only is Forest Hills holding up with a shutout, they haven't even allowed a shot on goal. So kudos to that defense that we have back there, keeping that ball far away from the goalie. And Danica Schrift trying to get that ball moved back up into the Philipsburg side. Unable to do so. Nice pass across here to number 1, Lily Warlow, as she works that ball across to the middle. And we may have our first shot on goal. We do. Looks like it came off of the foot if I'm not mistaken. Was that number 8 for
I'm not sure.
Philipsburg? That looks like it might have been number 10. Maddox Hampton. I apologize if I did have the wrong name, but I think that's who was able to get that shot on goal. Sometimes it's hard to tell. Their hair hangs down over the numbers on their back.
Exactly.
Can't quite see the numbers, so I do apologize if I had the wrong name. And looks like Forest Hills has something happening here. We have all kinds of girls set up in the middle, another shot on goal. And the keeper, Kinley Bender, able to handle that, and she's getting ready to punt that back out. That shot on goal was Sam Papsunik. Again, the scoring leader for Forest Hills so far this year. And it's easy to see why she is one of the scoring leaders for Forest Hills, as she is down there. Anytime that ball is in the middle of the field down near the Philipsburg goal, she's right in on the action. Philipsburg able to move the ball up into Forest Hills territory. Again, we wisely kick that ball out. That allows to set something up, and looks like we have a substitution coming in.
Yes, that's Sam Dannell, I believe. No?
No, that looks like Marley Gray. Was that
sorry.
Marley Gray, Mrs. Richardson?
It was number 13? I'm so sorry.
It looks like we have Marley Gray coming in. And I believe she replaced Melanie Troy. And Forest Hills able to get control on the far side of the field. Here we go. We have a throw in. And again, this just seems to be a game of control so far tonight. Forest Hills has done a better job controlling the ball and able to get control of it. And they just keep pushing that ball down to the other side. Looks like Philipsburg is going to get something started, and then all of a sudden we have Forest Hills come through, and they're able to just push it through and keep moving on the other side. That ball is definitely out. Sam Papsunik doing the best job to keep it in. Unfortunately, Philipsburg has control of it. And we have Ellie Slogoski with the throw in to the near side here. She gets it into Casey Hughes. And not quite a shot on goal. That was a nice shot across the field by Maddox Hampton. But it goes wide of the goal. Safely trickles out, and Forest Hills chooses not to have the keeper kick this one. I believe that was Arissa Britt kicking that ball in. Philipsburg defended it nicely, but Forest Hills able to get it back. And I believe we have Danica Schrift again with another throw in. Sam Papsunik battling hard in there, but Philipsburg able to gain control. Olivia Bizzari trying her best to get that ball across there. Forest Hills, once again, Sam Papsunik gets control of it, and we get it down into the Philipsburg end. Philipsburg setting up their defense. As they have a throw in right now. And Sam Papsunik trying to get control of it here on the near end, unable to do so. Another throw in by Philipsburg. And just as it looked like they were going to get something going, we had our defense pushed up and Arissa Britt able to clear that ball on the far side. I believe it came off of, yes, nobody else touched that. It did not come off of a Philipsburg player, so they're able to push the ball back up the field. Forest Hills wisely trying to get something set up here. And keeper comes out. She says, I have it. She wants to kick that ball back up the field. And it goes the whole way to the 45 and even further by Forest Hills. Sam Papsunik with control right now. Let's see what she can do. She has some help across the middle. If she chooses to, and it looks like she went over to Avery Smytch. Avery takes a long shot. But Forest Hills still has control of things. Let's see what we can do. Nice defense by Philipsburg. On the near side, we have Casey Hughes trying to keep control, but Danica Schrift gets it on the throw in. Here we go again. Sam Papsunik takes it on near side across to the middle. Let's see what we can do. Those long kicks just don't seem to be working, I think, the way Philipsburg would hope that they would, because they're kicking it down into our defense. We're able to get control and then just push it back up to the other end. However, they now have a throw in from the near side of the field, so let's see if they can get control. Right now we have Kendra Smith going across the middle, but Forest Hills quickly defends it and pushes that ball up to the other end. Sam Papsunik coming around the near side. She may have a shot on goal here. Let's see. She splits the defenders. Oh, and a nice job by the keeper. Kinley Bender just able to get over to her right side and keep that ball from going in. And again, she has a real nice kick out to the 50.
She does. My goodness, every one of them.
Yes. A lot of hang time on that, giving her her team a chance to get down there and make something happen. And looks like Philipsburg starting to push the ball down into the Rangers' end of the field. I see 4 green jerseys quickly back, though, to defend. So let's see what happens. And Philipsburg trying a long shot, and it harmlessly goes over the fence and bounces over into the field house. Again, no shot on goal. And again, Arissa Britt, I believe, going to kick that ball out. And there's Samantha Daniel kicking that ball up to midfield. Looks like she has some help there. Here's Sam Papsunik again on the near side. I know we've said that name a lot tonight, but boy, she gets control of the ball and does a nice job splitting the defense. Here she does it again. And another shot on goal. This time it goes in.
Yes.
Sam Papsunik with her 14th goal of the year, making the score Forest Hills 2, Philipsburg 0. Wow, Kim, I mean, it seemed like the ball was just down on the other end of the field 10 seconds ago.
Right.
Sam Papsunik got it around the 40-yard line and did not look back. She split the defenders, got through there, and had a beautiful shot on the left side of the goalie.
She is a hustler, I'll tell you.
She buried that in the back of the net quick. Yes, she is. And foot control is amazing.
Yes.
I mean, she has excellent control of that ball.
I would love to know how many of these girls have played for, back in their elementary days.
Yes.
AYSO. I'm sure that makes a huge difference.
I'm sure. Now, they did push Sam Papsunik back there. Rachel Gates, looks like she came into the game. That's a freshman, and she's doing a little bit of damage over here on this side. That's twice she pushed that ball pretty deep into Philipsburg territory. Unable to do anything with it, though. Philipsburg setting up on the near side of the field. There's a race for the ball, and it goes out. I believe that is Forest Hills. Yes, Forest Hills has control of that. Throw in on the near side. And here we go with Sam Papsunik way back here on Forest Hills, on the Forest Hills end. And so far, Rachel Gates has done a real nice job up there on the forward end, keeping that ball on the Forest Hills side. She's had a lot of action since she came into the game here. And that's a real nice job of Danica Schrift fighting that off. Now she gets the throw in. She earned that throw in, kicking that off of a Philipsburg defender. Sam Papsunik once again trying to split that defense, just couldn't quite get control of the ball. But Forest Hills gets it back with Danica Schrift with her probably 50th throw in of the night, I would say, so far here in the first half. At least it seemed like her 50th throw-in, Kim. She's had quite a few.
Yes, she has.
And Arissa Britt coming up. Looks like just a free kick.
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure what the call was, but she did get that ball nicely to the center. We just weren't able to make anything happen once it got up. But Forest Hills has both defenders pulled up to the 40-yard line with complete control of the ball down here on Philipsburg's side. Looks like Morgan Godola on the far side of the field trying to get control of the ball, doing a nice job defending against the attack. And Philipsburg with a long kick, but high, no shot on goal. No fear of that ball going in. Again, giving Arissa Britt the opportunity to kick that ball out. And she chooses to go to the far side of the field. Let's see if Forest Hills can clear it. Samantha Daniel doing a nice job holding up the midfield there, not allowing that ball past the 30, and we are able to get it up into Philipsburg territory. Let's see what happens. And again, Samantha Papsunik with a nice steal as she works it across the field. But I hear that whistle from the official. And I'm not sure what the call was.
I'm trying to figure that out. It's not like hockey, is it?
Well,
where the person with the ball has
blue
to
line.
cross.
There's no blue line, Kim. So we don't worry about them crossing the blue line
No,
early.
but I didn't know if if the person who has the ball has to cross a certain spot first.
Well, we're going to go to our professional over here, Mrs. Richardson. She may know what that call was. She says she couldn't tell us. But while we were talking, Philipsburg able to push the ball down into the Forest Hill side, and I think they may have had a shot on goal.
They definitely had
there.
a shot on goal, yes.
Yeah, the window was the center of the window. I'm sorry, was in my way just as they kicked that. But yeah, they had a shot on goal. So I think we've had 2 shots on goal now for Philipsburg, and Forest Hills wisely clears that one, gives them an opportunity to set up the defense. And let's see what they can do. Throw in here by Ellie Slogoski. Tries to get it into the center of the field. Looks like incidental contact there. No call made. And you can see that there is definitely, with 3 minutes and 52 seconds to go, Philipsburg definitely is playing with a little more urgency right now. They would definitely like to get that goose egg off of the scoreboard before the half.
This is probably the longest they've had possession down on that end of the field.
Yes, but as we say that, Forest Hills quickly regains control. We only have 2 forwards up here, and it doesn't look like we're going to be able to get enough control to get a shot on goal. We don't, because Kinley Bender does a nice job sliding out there to stop that ball at about the 5-yard line, not allowing it to go near the goal. I must say, this is a beautiful playing surface and a beautiful field to play on. Just a few years ago, you remember, Kim, they played most of their games over on the grass in the track area.
Right.
And now we have this beautiful surface. When they put the turf field in back, was it 2016, 2017, I believe? Or was it a little bit after that, maybe?
I'm not quite sure.
2019, Mrs. Richardson corrected me. That's right. The building opened in 2016. And then it was about a year or two later when we did put this field in. And it has just been a fantastic addition to the district. They pushed the bleachers back a little bit on the visitor side, and that allowed the playing surface to be large enough for both football and soccer. And in the far side over here, I know the next time we get down on Philipsburg end, you'll be able to see we have the dugouts, and there are lines painted on there for the softball field. So this is most definitely a multi-surface facility here at Forest Hills.
And it sure is used. My goodness.
It is. And I don't think I've ever spoken to anybody who's come into this area or anybody that's in this area that, you know, plays for Forest Hills that has not enjoyed playing on this field and said how beautiful it is. It is just a gorgeous facility. And that ball cleared out on the far side of the field. Looks like we may have a corner kick by Philipsburg, and we do. Philipsburg has 3 forwards set up right in front of the goal. They're definitely hoping they can get something going here before this half ends. We have about 1 minute to go. Forest Hills not able to clear it. So Philipsburg retains possession, trying to get it across to the middle. But again, that Rangers defense just not allowing anything through at all. Arissa Britt, once again, I think she's been out there the entire night working hard, able to clear the ball. We get it up the field. Sam Papsuni goes across to the right side, shot on goal. Nice job by Kinley Bender to keep that ball from going in. But now it looks like we should have a corner kick for Forest Hills. So even though we didn't get the ball in, we have 30 seconds to go in the half, and we're going to have a corner kick. And possibly one more goal for Forest Hills. Let's see what happens. I think it's safe to say that ball's not going to get back down to the other end in time for Philipsburg to do anything. So this should just be a good opportunity for Forest Hills. We have 10 seconds to go. Let's see if we can get a shot on goal. No, that shot's high and wide. 4 seconds to go, and it looks like this half is going to end with Forest Hills 2, Philipsburg 0. We'll be right back for the second half action. All right, and here we go. I see the referee ready to go. He has his hand up, and he blew the whistle. So we are ready to start the second half. Forest Hills, of course, with a 2-0 lead over Philipsburg Osceola. And Philipsburg quickly had control, keeps control, and able to keep the ball on Forest Hills' side. I'm sure the two coaches had a talk with their teams. I'm sure Philipsburg coach was pressing a little bit more on the urgency side of what they need to do to stay in this game. They don't want to get down any more than they are right now. As you know, with soccer, goals are sometimes far and few between. So 2 goals can be a lot, and that can be a lot to overcome. Or if they're able to do something, it can really turn things around quickly. Our keeper, Alyssa Walker, as I say that, able to control the ball out there, and Philipsburg with a quick shot on goal. It took them probably 10 to 15 minutes to get a shot on goal in the first half. They're able to get one within the first minute here of the second half. So, as I was saying, there seems to be a little bit more urgency on Philipsburg's side. And so far, they've kept the ball over on that side of the field. But I'm sure Forest Hills isn't going to let that happen for too long. They'll get things moving the other way. And tried it right there. Philipsburg able to get control of it. Maddox Hampton in the middle of the field, able to pass across to Addison Reams. But the ball safely goes out off of a Forest Hills defender and throw in by Philipsburg. Ball out to the middle of the field. Nina Martiak passing across to the far side. And Forest Hills, I'm sure, would like to get that ball out of their end and cross the 50 and get something happening on the other end of the field. Unfortunately, it may be a little bit yet, because here comes the throw in by Philipsburg as they're able to push the ball down to about the 30. But we have 4 Forest Hills defenders, midfielders back there able to clear that ball, at least for a moment. And here we go with the throw in by Forest Hills on the far side of the field. Philipsburg trying to clear it and get something happening down here. And Forest Hills trying to turn it and move the ball up the other way. Not too much happening from either side, though. Just sitting over on the Forest Hills side. But Alyssa Walker feels pretty safe back there because that ball hasn't gotten through too much, and we haven't had to call her name much, which is a good thing. That means that that ball is staying out or over on the Philipsburg side. And she's not seeing much action back there in goal, which is a good thing for Forest Hills. Looks like Kim is back with us now. She's off the phone.
I was actually looking for a picture of my old dog that didn't have any hair. But I couldn't find one yet. I'll get there, though.
That's a very important part of this game.
This is very important. You're doing a fine job over there,
oh, thank
Mr. E. You just keep on doing your thing.
I was feeling a little bit lonely. I needed some help on the announcing. We have Mr. Nick Raymond, our athletic director, stepped up into the press box. We may get him over here in a little while.
Maybe we should interview him.
Sure. Mr. Raymond, if you have a moment you'd like to come over, we will most certainly interview and have a little mid-game chat with you.
I'm sure many people would like to see what the inside of the press box looks like.
But I'm not sure if we want to go
Not
quite
many
that
people
far.
get to come up here.
That's true. Ava Mall tried to get control of the ball. Kicks it off of a Philipsburg defender. And Forest Hills was in action there for a second. But Kinley Bender able to come out and get control. And boy, she has a leg. There she goes once again, kicking that ball up to the 45-yard line. That travels a long way. Philipsburg still has possession over here as they try to clear it. But that possession does not pan out because that ball trickles out Forest Hills with a throw in, and we're able to push our players down to this end of the field, maybe set something up. And here's Morgan Godola with that throw in, trying to get it to the center of the field. Ava Mall working hard over there on the near side. And this time looks like we may have a... Nope, that must have come off of a Forest Hills foot. I thought that went off of a Philipsburg defender, because we have a kick coming out of goal here. Kinley Bender once again showing off that nice kick that she has, getting it out to about the 40-yard line. But Forest Hills pushing it right back down into that end of the field. It'd be nice to add another insurance goal on here. And the ball trickles out, so now we do have a corner kick for Forest Hills. That must have been off of a Philipsburg defender. Getting the ball to the center of the field, but there was nobody home. Boy, it looked like we had an opportunity there for yet another goal. I believe that corner kick was Morgan Gadula's over on the near side. A little hard to see from here down in that corner who that was. Looks like we had Sam Papsunik once again trying to split the defense and get another shot on goal. The defenders, though, I think have caught on to what's happening down there, and they're able to stop that. And we have a throw in by Philipsburg going the other direction. That's a short throw in and right back out. So now Forest Hills with a throw in and another opportunity. Morgan Gadula on the near side, trying to pass that ball in to Ava Mall and see if we can get something happening. Some nice footwork on the near side here by Ava. But the ball soars out of bounds off of the foot of a Philipsburg defender. Once again, Morgan Gadula with a throw in on the near side. And I see the lights just kicked on the side of the field house there. The recently named Donald G. Bailey Fieldhouse, Kim.
Yes, that occurred this past Friday at our home football game. It was a wonderful event.
Yes, it was. Lots of former players of Mr. Bailey's were here. A lot of former administrators. Just a beautiful event. And we had a beautiful night. That was our tailgate party. Of course, we've mentioned Mrs. Richardson many times over here. Mrs. Richardson has also been in charge of the tailgate party, I believe, for the past
26 years.
26 years. Wow. That is an amazing run.
Yes, it is. And it is just such a special event.
Now, have you been in charge all 26 years, Mrs. Richardson? She's been in charge for 20 of those 26 years, so it's a bit of a dynasty she has going on there with the tailgate party.
Just curious, who organized before you? Who was it? Sally Nixon. Okay.
None of that is funny.
And Forest Hills kicking it out on the far side. So throw in for Philipsburg. Ball trickles safely back to the keeper, Alyssa Walker, and looks like we have a kick coming up here. Out to about the 35-yard line. Philipsburg trying to push that ball back in. I'm not sure who that came off of. Looks like it came off of Green, so Philipsburg able to keep the ball on this end, and we have a throw in. Looks like that was Addison Reams with that throw in. And Addison able to keep control of the ball down there, at least for a moment. But Forest Hills quickly turns it up the other end of the field. And we may have something happening here as we push deep down into Philipsburg territory. Again, I know I've called this name several times, but right in the middle of the field we have Sam Papsunik working hard to try to split the defense again. Just not quite able to do it that time, and Philipsburg able to push the ball down to the other end. But Forest Hills with control and a throw in. And so far in this second half, Kim, nobody able to really get anything going from either side.
No. No, not at all. As a matter of fact, I was just checking out the lights over there. It's not that it's raining.
I see that.
Like
it's a mist.
Misting quite heavily.
Yes.
Let me see if I can zoom in. Let's see how much we can get there. There we go. Oh, it looks like snow.
Well, we didn't really want to say that, but you're right. From this angle, it does look like snow coming down.
It looks like snow. It's not snow, but...
No, it's sitting around 50-some degrees out there right now. It's actually very comfortable. I went down near the field right at the half, and it's not cold at all. It's a nice, comfortable night, I'm sure, for the girls. And the boys should have a nice, comfortable night as well. As I said earlier, the temperature doesn't really seem to change much with this, whatever front this is coming through here with Tropical Storm Ophelia. It just kind of seems to sit in the 50s all night long and all day long.
But it makes it a little bit chillier whenever it's raining like that, though.
It does. I don't think it stopped raining like that, though, for quite a few days. We've had a lot of this. Doesn't seem to bother the kids at all, though. They're playing just as if they would any other night. And as we get back into action here, we have another throw in from Morgan Gadula. She chooses to go back to the defenders this time and try to set something up. Melanie Troy kicking that ball deep into Philipsburg territory. Came off of Philipsburg defender and sets us up in a good position. Morgan Gadula getting ready to throw that ball. She has a nice deep throw near the goal. Philipsburg fighting hard to try to get it out of their own end. And I'm not sure who that ball came off of. Looks like it came off of Green. So we're going to have a kick once again from Kinley Bender. This time she chooses to put the ball on the ground. And even at that, she gets that ball all the way out to the 40. Action happening on the near side here. Forest Hills trying to get something going. They pass the ball to the near side to Morgan Gadula. But Philipsburg able to retain possession and push that ball deep into Forest Hills territory. And we have a shot on goal, but Alyssa able to come out and easily take possession of it and clear that out to one of her forwards or midfielders and get that ball moving up there. And wow, that looked like Samantha Papsunik streaking towards the goal. Kinley Bender able to clear it out, but not for long. Trickles out of bounds, and Morgan with another throw in. And we just called Sam's number, and she was over here on the near side to take that throw in. So she's really hustling out there tonight. They all are. Philipsburg with possession on the near side of the field. But Forest Hills looks like they're able to get something happening. They clear it, and we're moving up the other way now. Just as I say that, ball trickles out off the foot of Laura Martiak, and we have a throw in for Philipsburg. And back and forth we go as there's a lot of play right around midfield. I'm not sure who that came off of. Looks like it was nobody touched it, went out on green. Philipsburg with a throw in. And once again the ball trickles out. But this time Forest Hills gets possession and a throw in. Wisely keeping the ball on that far side. And with 21 minutes to go, I think we're going to see a lot of that where Forest Hills is able to just try to get possession of the ball. There's no urgency on our end as far as needing to score at this time. It would be nice to see another goal in there, another to pad the lead a little bit, but with a 2-goal lead, I think at this point they can safely just try to keep possession of the ball, pass it around as much as possible, and work it down into the Philipsburg end and just let that time just keep ticking away. Again, our defenders and Alyssa Walker back there have done a fantastic job. And as I say that, looks like we have Arissa Britt there, able to push that ball up the field a little bit.
I think she actually has a little bit of a cramp or something going on out there.
Arissa looks like she's in a little bit of pain, but
yes,
they have not stopped anything yet. I think she's trying to get that, maybe her calf stretched out
a little bit.
Yep.
Yes.
It doesn't look like it's a serious injury, but she definitely looks like she is in a little bit of pain trying to get that leg, and I think she did. I think that cramp worked its way out. And
ooh,
Forest Hills
so
with a nice shot, just a little bit high and off the goalpost. And while we have a stoppage in play here and Kinley Bender getting ready to throw that out, I think we can get Mr. Nick Raymond over here and we'll talk to him for a little bit. And here he is, the man of the hour, Nick Raymond, the athletic director for Forest Hills.
How's it going, Jay?
Good. Good to talk to you, Mr. Raymond. I know you've been here now. This is your second year at Forest Hills. Is that correct?
Yeah, in January will be 2 full years, and hard to believe. It's gone fast, but it's been good.
Wow, 2 years.
2 years in January. That's amazing. So now I know you've worked at a lot of different facilities. You were over in the Indiana area for a while. We talked about our field and the playing surface. a little while ago. What can you say about that? I mean, to us, this is just an amazing playing surface, and so many sports have the opportunity to play here now.
Oh, yeah. I mean, in general, our facilities are top-notch, top of the line, especially within the Laurel Highlands, and not just this turf field, but the indoor basketball area, weightlifting, everything. The field house allows us to do a lot of things, basketball, wrestling wise. So yeah, great facilities.
Yeah, and you mentioned the field house. There are so many things that are able to happen in there. We have it's a playing surface that was actually used in the Olympics, in the Summer Olympics several years ago, and I know we're able to play basketball in there. Wrestling has practices in there. Actually, wrestling does have some matches in there, I know, when they have their tournaments. Volleyball has some tournaments in there. It's just been an amazing facility.
Yeah, it's great, and even it's available to the public. We have pickleball being played on there. Obviously, like you said, there's pickup basketball, gym class. There's a ton of stuff you can do, and as you mentioned, volleyball just had a massive tournament, like 20 teams here, and being able to have the field house available, and the girls will have a basketball, will have a super scrimmage, and we'll have 9 or 10 teams here, and yeah, it's again top-notch facilities here.
Yeah, it's amazing that they're able to do those sorts of things over here in Sidman, Pennsylvania. I mean, this isn't a metropolis. We're not in a large city, but to have facilities like we're in a large city is just great for these kids, great for the community, great for this area.
Agreed. And, even just I always hear comments from teams that have never been here before that walk in, and they always have great things to say, and coaches about our facilities and just the opportunities that we have that a lot of schools don't because of the things we do have, like the field house or the turf field. And we get in the separate field down for the track is also nice and great for practices and some soccer games and things like that.
Well, even a portion of the baseball field is turfed as well, correct?
Great point. Lets us play scrimmages early in the year, and for softball, when they play on this field, we always have more early games moved here for softball in baseball because teams can't get them in, but we can. So great opportunities.
Yes, lots of opportunities. And we did mention the softball field on the far east end of the football and soccer field that we have here. Also, our softball facility is located in that east end as well. Over in the corner, we have 2 beautiful dugouts that were just put up a couple of years ago. And they have that beautiful playing surface that's turf. So they can basically play anytime they need to.
Yeah, we've only actually since I've been here, I only had to cancel one game is because the field was covered in snow. So that was the only game we had to miss so far due to playing conditions. And again, we have that great porta fence which we just got last year, the metal one, which is awesome, and we wouldn't have all these nice facilities as well if it wasn't for our maintenance and facilities staff that keep everything top notch and up to date. So want to give them a little shout out as well.
Sure. Well, as we were talking there, we've had quite a bit of action out here, quite a few shots on goal. Thank you very much, Mr. Raymond. You've done a fantastic job here as the athletic director. Great speaking with you, and thank you so much for stepping over here for a couple minutes.
I appreciate your time, and thank you for doing this and broadcasting these games for the kids.
Yes, thank you. And we're going to get back to the action here. Thank you once again to Mr. Nick Raymond, our athletic director. Really appreciate him stepping in and talking about the facilities that we have here at Forest Hills. Really, like he said, just an amazing place for our students to play on a daily basis, and something fantastic for the community, and not just the community, but the staff and the students in this area. So can't say enough good things about it. And lots of action happening out here. I can see the Philipsburg coach down there on the sideline seems a bit frustrated. I know he would like to see his team get a goal. We have 14 minutes and 50 seconds to go in this one, and we're getting pretty deep in the second half, and Forest Hills still retaining possession down there, and Samantha Papsunik still taking shots on goal, and she puts that one in the back of the net
off the post, didn't it? And
right
came
off
right
the
back
post and in. Beautiful shot by Samantha, and footwork just amazing. Amazing footwork. And I believe that is her 15th goal of the season. She is the team leader for Forest Hills. I'm sure she's one of the leaders in the area with goals. That's just amazing. And that does pad that lead a little bit. Now Forest Hills taking a 3-0 lead against Philipsburg. With 14 minutes to go, it's not impossible for Philipsburg to come back, but the way Alyssa Walker and our defense have been playing back there, I think this is going to be a difficult one for them to come back in this game. Thanks, Nick. Appreciate that. And looks like we have a throw in on the near side for Forest Hills. I believe that was Morgan Gadula with that throw in.
Wow, I thought Philipsburg was going to score right there.
Yeah, they had an opportunity.
Definite opportunity.
But like we were talking about, I mean, our defense has been tough the entire night, not allowing much through there at all. And Alyssa Walker, anytime anything does get near the goal, she's been able to handle it easily. So hats off to the Forest Hills defense and the Forest Hills goal keeper back there.
Definitely.
Yeah, fantastic job. And on the other end, you know, we've had scoring by Sam Papsunik and Ava Mall. So both ends of the field for Forest Hills have been outstanding tonight. We have about 13 minutes to go here in the second half. The ball sitting down on the Forest Hills end, but again, trickles back to Alyssa Walker safely, and she punts it out to about the 40-yard line. Ava Mall able to get control of it, but it trickles out the back end near the goal. And Kinley Bender chooses to put that ball down on the turf, and she's going to kick it out. I'm sure it's going to travel a nice distance. Every kick that she's had tonight has gone out to near midfield. And Arissa Britt kicks that ball to the far side and out. Throw in by Philipsburg, and right now that plays to Forest Hills. That plays to our advantage because even though the ball is going out and Philipsburg gets an opportunity to throw it in, that takes time off the clock. And with a 3-0 lead, every second that goes off is a good thing for Forest Hills. Marley Gray, I see standing here on the near side, ready to come into the game. She's just waiting for a break in the action. But she's not going to get that opportunity quite yet, as we have a corner kick from the far side of the field for Philipsburg. They're set up across the middle. They do have some forwards there, but wow, quickly defended by Forest Hills. I believe that was Arissa Britt able to get out there, and she's just taken the ball up to midfield all by herself. And she looks like a forward out there, the way she was able to move that ball so quickly up the field. Speaking of, we have Sam Papsunik with control of the ball once again. And as you know, when that ball touches her foot, good things seem to happen for Forest Hills. She is just all over the field. And we have a whistle. And once again, Kinley Bender with the ball down on the turf, getting ready to kick it out. And Arissa Britt once again with another stop at midfield, but we may have a push there. I heard a whistle, don't know if they called anything, but yes, I believe that was a push. giving Philipsburg the opportunity to kick that ball down into the Forest Hills end and maybe set something up. And they do get a shot off, but it traveled wide of the goal. That was a shot from about the 25 to 30 yard line, so it safely just travels out the back of the end zone there, giving Arissa Britt an opportunity to kick it out for Forest Hills. And off the foot of a Philipsburg player. Can't see that number from here. But they're doing a nice job setting it up, and a shot, but again, wide of the goal. And again, Arissa Britt setting up to kick it out. And looked like Ava Mall pushing that ball up the field quickly, getting it right back down into Philipsburg territory. And Forest Hills seems to have control at the moment, passing the ball nicely across to the middle to Sam Papsunik, who's able to get it to the far side of the field. And at this point, I'm sure they would like to get another goal, but it's not necessary, obviously, with a 3-0 lead. 8 minutes to go in the game. At this point, I think we just need to keep control, move that ball around like they're doing, and get that clock run down. And as Kim had mentioned earlier, right after this game, we will have the boys' game coming up. And I believe we're playing Philipsburg Osceola again with the boys. I know in years past we would play 2 different teams. This year, I believe we have 3 doubleheaders on the schedule, all playing the same teams, which is a nice thing. And Forest Hills has a doubleheader coming up on Thursday. I believe we're going to Bald Eagle. So both the boys and the girls involved in quite a few doubleheaders. And we're down under 7 minutes to go in the game. Philipsburg pushing the ball down, and looks like they have a throw in. And once again, they have another opportunity to set up and get a shot on goal here. But they choose to take a short throw in. And so far, Forest Hills has done a nice job defending those short throw ins, and they did, and they backed Philipsburg up a little bit. So our defense has done a real nice job. We have number 15 for Philipsburg coming into the game. That would be midfielder Cadence Clemmer. And I'm sure those starters are getting tired, so you should see some people subbing into the game as time winds down, heading on 5 minutes to go. Kim, how you doing over there?
I'm doing well.
I see you have your winter parka on.
I do. I came dressed for the weather just in case it got a little chilly out.
And I'm sure you have your T-shirt, and I see you have your Forest Hills We Are Family shirts on.
Yes, actually all 3 of us match up here.
Mrs. Richardson got the, she got the call as well. So we are triplets over here with our We Are Family Forest Hills sweatshirts on. I must say, this is probably one of the most comfortable sweatshirts I have ever owned.
Well, it was Comfy Cozy Day in school. It is homecoming this coming Friday and Saturday. And this is Spirit Week. So today was Comfy Cozy Day, and I totally agree with you. This is probably one of the most comfiest sweatshirts I have.
That's great. I'll be here for homecoming on Friday, and I'm sure Mrs. Richardson will be here because I believe she's also in charge of homecoming.
Of course she is.
Not only is she in charge of tailgate, but homecoming as well. And many years, we have homecoming and tailgate on the same nights, I think. So she's usually pulling double duty on those nights. But with the dedication ceremony of the field house this year, I think they moved homecoming back 1 week, if I'm not mistaken. She's shaking her head yes. So this coming Friday will be the Forest Hills homecoming, and Mrs. Richardson's going to be very, very busy for that one as well. I don't think you're going to need your winter parka this Friday, Mrs. Richardson. I see the temperatures are going to be back up into the 70s. So we had a beautiful night for the tailgate party last week, and I think we're going to have another beautiful night for homecoming. And as that time ticks away, we're down to about 3 minutes and 40 seconds to go in the game. Forest Hills still holds on to that 3-0 lead. And Sam Papsunik still holds on to that ball in the center of the field. She kicks it all the way down to about the 10-yard line where the goalie comes out and puts it back up to midfield. Philipsburg desperately trying to get something going and push that ball back into the Forest Hills end, but these defenders and midfielders on the Forest Hills side have just been relentless. They have not let that ball pass them too often, really at all. There have only been a couple shots on goal. Doing a fantastic job back there. And they're keeping the ball down on Philipsburg end right now, just letting that time tick away. We're down under 3 minutes to go. They're still thinking about taking some shots on goal, keeping the pressure back there on Kinley Bender. They just have not let up at all.
It has been. It's been nonstop.
And amazingly, we have pretty much our starters still in this game. There have not been a whole lot of substitutions. I did see a little while ago we had Marley Gray come into the game, I believe. But for the most part, we have had the same team out there since the beginning.
And once again, it is coming down. My goodness. Not rain, that heavy mist.
That heavy mist, yes. Kind of feels like we live in England right now. If I lived over there, I imagine this is what it would be like. Just a lot of mist and cool weather. Kim, I believe you've been over in Europe before. Was it cold and rainy or cool and rainy?
I was there in the middle of summer, so no, it was not. It was
Okay.
absolutely beautiful.
I could be wrong. I always thought Denver was cool and rainy as well, but my only trip out to the west coast, and I guess not the west coast, but over to Colorado, it was probably in the 90s the entire time. It was very hot, very sunny. So I was mistaken about that too. Denver is not a cool, rainy place year-round, I found out.
Yes, it is hot.
It does get hot. And the mountains are beautiful, though. Absolutely gorgeous seeing the snow up on the mountains when you're down in Denver itself, and you can see those mountains up there with the snow on them. It's hard to believe that you're down in that 90-degree weather, and it has to be in the 30s up there, 20s and 30s. And Forest Hills still keeping the ball down on Philipsburg end. Not really pressing to get a goal. I'm sure if they get the opportunity to get a shot on goal, they will, but we really only have one person in the middle of the field. I think at this point, they're just trying to run time down with 30 seconds to go and preserve that shutout for Alyssa Walker back there, who has done a fantastic job, along with the entire Forest Hills girls soccer team. We're approaching 10 seconds to go. We're going to hear Allison Richardson give us our countdown, and here she goes.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And that is it, ladies and gentlemen. Forest Hills with an incredible 3-0 win. Our defense, once again, back there just holding down the fort. Alyssa Walker not allowing anything into goal whatsoever. Just a fantastic performance on their part. On the other end of the field, we had Ava Mall and Sam Papsunik down there scoring the goals and just keeping pressure on Kinley Bender all night long. So with that, Kim, I think we're going to say good night for this game and prepare for the boys' game.
That's exactly right. Good night, Forest Hill.
Good night, everyone.